Writers, you learned that when people want to write to change the world, they sometimes look at the world seeing problems and solutions. Today I want to teach you one more strategy for generating the sorts of writing that can change the world. Specifically, I want to teach you that people can look at what there is in the world and see not what's broken, but what's beautiful. Seeing beauty, celebrating beauty, makes the world a better place. I want to tell you a story about Katherine Paterson. She's the author of a book called Bridge to Terabithia. Some of you may have read this book. Well, one afternoon, Katherine and her son were in the backyard, and they came upon a cicada bug trying to shed its skin. At first, Katherine was ready to walk right by, but her son said, "Look." And so Katherine and her son sat side by side, watching as the first tiny slit appeared in the bug's sack, and then the whole skin split, and one wing came out, and then another, until finally the bug came out with a whole brand new skin. It was like a whole brand new bug, and as the bug flew off, a wake of wonder washed over Katherine. It was like she had just watched something miraculous. And she'd watched that bug shed its skin because her son made her look. Today, I want to teach you that writers change the world not just by looking at what's broken, but also by looking at what's beautiful. Writers write to get others to pay attention to people, places, things, or ideas that they might otherwise walk right past. So, writers like you, I have been trying to write persuasive entries in my writer's notebook. Earlier today, I got my notebook out and sat, wondering what problems I see and solutions I imagine. But nothing came to mind. Then I remembered that whenever a person gets stuck on what to write, it helps to use a strategy for generating that kind of writing. So I tried the strategy that I'm going to teach you today. A persuasive writer develops ideas for writing by seeing people, places, things, or ideas that are noteworthy, helping others to see them too. So I thought, well, what person is noteworthy? Who is especially worthy of me and others noticing? My first thought was the custodian in our building, Miss Heidi, because she's always there, fixing things, cleaning things, taking care of things that many of us just take for granted. I am going to put her on our list and keep thinking. I want to persuade a lot of people, like all of you, to notice a person you might otherwise walk right by. Just like Katherine Paterson almost walked right by the miracle in her backyard. So let me think about people in school who sometimes don't get the recognition that they deserve. Well, there is Miss Heidi. Mrs. Levine, our librarian. Miss Joni, our cook. Miss Martin, in our office, our secretary. Mrs. Smith, our principal. Writers, do you notice? I'm trying to think of others who might not get noticed right away. I want to be like Katherine Paterson's son and get people to notice what they might otherwise walk right by. I know that as I listed people, you were probably thinking about people in your own life who get passed by. Well, right now, I'd like you to list these people across your fingers. I'll give you a few moments to do that. Maybe some of the people that I listed would be on your list as well. Maybe Mrs. Levine did something special for you, and you never got a chance to really thank her. Or maybe Miss Heidi. Or maybe there are others. Make a list of all the people you know who deserve to be appreciated more. Think. Everyone should appreciate. Maybe it's your neighbor at home. Maybe it's your mom or your dad or your Grammy or your Grampy or your aunt or your uncle. Thumbs up if you're ready, if you've got 2 or 3 people that you've thought about. Writers, I'm going to take this a step farther. I'll show you how I choose a person on my list, and then I start writing a persuasive speech to get others to notice and appreciate this person. First, I'll choose a person from my list. I think I'll choose the custodian, Miss Heidi. Now let me think of a few reasons why she's wonderful. Everyone should appreciate Miss Heidi, the school custodian. Miss Heidi is wonderful because she takes such good care of our school. She comes in every day after the kids leave to sweep and to clean all the classrooms, the hallways, the bathrooms. Also, Miss Heidi does a lot of things to keep the school running smoothly. She notices when things are broken or when light bulbs need to be changed. You know, children, I could keep going about Miss Heidi and how wonderful she is, but I think I'll finish this later. I'll jot it down on paper. So you have a list of people that you want to appreciate. You're going to write those in your writer's notebook. And then you're going to choose one of them and write some things that you could say that you want people to know about that person, what makes that person special. You will write your list of people. You will circle one, and then you begin to write some things that are wonderful about that person. Then in a minute, I'm going to ask you to share your thinking. But first, we need to get that thinking on your page. So I'd like you to write by making that list now of the people that are special in your life.